Hey, what up, everybody? This is Marcellus. Got another video. Got some thoughts on something today that I just read about, and I find it a little bit disturbing. And as a matter of fact, I'm a little bit pissed about it. And that's the fact that Amazon has now came out, or is coming out, I should say, with Amazon Sidewalk. Now, we'll go into the details of what that is, but long story short, I found out about this because I just happened to chance upon it that, Amazon, in order to opt out of it, you have to go into your Amazon Alexa settings to turn this off. And I'm like, what exactly is it? Well, it's actually a way of sharing or using your existing devices to share your internet connection as a gateway, basically, to low bandwidth devices. So let's talk about that first to kind of show what this is, why some people may be excited about it, but I'm going to explain afterwards as to why I'm not excited about this. So let's first go over to the screen here. And here, this is Amazon Sidewalk. And as you can see here, Amazon Sidewalk is a shared network that helps devices like Amazon Echo devices, Ring security cams, outdoor lights, motion sensors, and tile trackers work better at home and beyond the front door. When enabled, Sidewalk can unlock unique benefits for your device, support other Sidewalk devices in your community, and even locate pets or lost items. So there's going to be an entire network of hardware around this Amazon Sidewalk. So many of you guys already know we already have Amazon tile trackers. You'll be able to have pet trackers and things like that. And even if your pet is outside the range of your Wi-Fi network, your pet will still be able to be found or be seen via other devices that are on the network that are in another location. So from a quick standpoint, it seems like this is actually a good thing. However, here's the problem I have with this is that instead of taking the money to build out an infrastructure to provide this service to consumers and their devices, Amazon decided to what is basically a Trojan horse within their existing devices to provide this. And they've been very quiet about letting consumers know that this functionality was built into their devices, which to me is very unethical. At the same time, you're talking about a company that works its workers. They drag their workers through the mud, with these long hours and, these delivery requirements. And at the same time, their CEO, is one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest man in the world. And yet they don't want to build an infrastructure outside of consumers' devices to provide this network connectivity. And I guess it's how you stay rich. But using consumer devices, to provide this without really being upfront to the consumer that this is going to happen is very, very unethical to me. And at the same time, from a security standpoint, this also opens up a lot of security holes or yet to be exploited holes within a person's network, which is another problem that I have with that. And it's one of the major reasons why I run multiple VLANs here at the house, because I just don't trust Internet of Things devices when it comes to security practices. So I don't want anything, should it get compromised, to affect the rest of my network. So on to the other part of this. Now, there's another network that actually pays consumers to provide this same functionality. And this is why I have so much of a problem with Amazon with it, because Amazon could have went this very same route, yet they did it. Instead of just making some sort of gateway that users can buy and install in their house and either get like a discount on their, their Prime or, get credits towards purchases, none of that. And to show you exactly how much money can be made by a lot of these devices out there, there's a network out there called Helium. And I've known about it for about a little bit over a month now. And I've been very excited. I wish I would have known about it a year ago because, oh man, these people actually get paid to host a device within their network and provide this same functionality that Amazon is doing through the devices that they sold to you without your knowledge. So let's go back over to the screen here. And this It's called Helium. So Helium, let's go back to the main website here, and they actually provide what's called the People's Network, and it's powered by an entirely new incentive model made possible by the Helium blockchain. They call it mining, but it really isn't. It's just you're buying these devices here, and you're setting them up on your network, and they serve as gateways for these Internet of Things, devices. So you might hear of terms called LoRaWAN and things like that. These are low bandwidth devices that communicate in a 900 megahertz range to these hotspots, and they can range anywhere between like 1 to 10 miles. So far beyond the range of your network. And if you want to look at the network map, this is what we currently have here in the United States. So here in Kansas City, as you can see, there's a number of spots out there. And there's one that I found them, and I know this is going to be a little bit of an extreme example, but it just goes to show the potential for how much money can be made or can be given to the consumer. So this device right here, this is a hotspot, and it's probably in a pretty high spot. It's also like right along, Brush Creek, so it's going to get like a lot of pedestrian traffic, people wearing all sorts of trackers and things like that that can communicate with these hotspots in the area. And this one definitely picks up quite a few. So looking at the hotspot details, this hotspot, and again, these users, when they're hosting these hotspots, they get paid in a cryptocurrency called Helium, just HNT for short. And this particular one has earned 258.49 HNT for the past 30 days. And you can see that there's other ones there that, they may not earn that much, per se. And I love these names, by the way. Exotic Cherry, Kestrel. They always have like some cool animal name. So, but we could look at the hotspot details on this one, for example. This one on the rewards, 24.68. So that's going to be probably a little bit more average. The other one that we looked at was on the high end. But this is how much HNT is earned. Now, this isn't dollars. Take note of that. HNT is a cryptocurrency, and each HNT coin, like Bitcoin, is going to be worth a specific amount of money. So when you look at the Helium price, right now it's $15.35. So $15.35, per coin. So let's bring up our calculator here. Let's just say, $15.35. Let's just put that into memory because we're going to use that, number. I'm going to come back to this higher number here. So this 2468. This person on this miner makes $378 or has made $378 within the past 30 days. Now, these devices, when you're buying them, they are definitely out of stock, and it's going to take months to get them in. That's how much in demand they are. But these devices run like $400 to $600. They could easily sell these devices for well over $1,000. And you can see if you go on eBay, when you look at some of these miners, a lot of them are going for like $3,000 plus and people are buying them because they know they'll make that money back if they're in a good spot, rather than having to wait several months for that. So, and then looking at this one, this 258, HNT. So let's do a memory recall times 258. We ain't gonna worry about the 0.49. So this one makes $3,960 a month, or at least in the past 30 days. And this person, when I did some investigating, they actually have multiple miners. So they have to be set up some distance apart. So they probably made a deal with their neighbor, or they just had another location that they could put it in. But, the other one has made, 224. So this person's got some really good spots that they're throwing these into. But they're, like I said, they're making a nice little, chunk of change. And some people are just sitting on this cryptocurrency, just, in hopes that it'll increase in value, or maybe, like I said, it's just residual money. That's actually what I'm planning on doing when I get mine in, which probably be like, fall. So very exciting, yet Amazon, when they're providing this functionality, there's a lot of money that could be passed on to the consumer, either through savings through their Amazon accounts or Amazon Prime. But no, Amazon has decided, instead of using this existing network that's being built for the people, by the people, or we're going to make our own gateways in order for people to use this particular network and piggyback onto that. No, we're just going to Trojan horse our own products and not tell the consumer about it. And if we do, we're going to be really, really low key about it and not really give it a lot of, how can I say, hype, and then give them to June, whatever, to opt out of it. And we're not going to provide a consumer any reimbursement for it at all. Whereas there's this other network called the Helium Network that's just paying consumers out the wazoo. And it's actually very cheap for manufacturers to use this. This is just how much devices tend to communicate when it comes to that. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of room for growth, especially in some of the more in lower income urban areas, to where people don't have these devices, set up at their homes. So that's why I'm kind of frustrated with Amazon. First, the whole sneakiness of it, not using their own, funds to build out an infrastructure to provide this network. And then at the same time, not providing the consumer any sort of kickbacks or discounts for Amazon Prime for providing this network connectivity using their own equipment that they have bought and their own network connectivity. And to me, that's just scummy. I don't support that. I can't support that. And therefore, I turn mine off. And if you see this video, I suggest that you turn yours off as well. So there's my thoughts. Don't support companies that do things like this, that take money out of consumers' hands when they could easily pay the consumer to provide this functionality. And the consumer will happily do it. But no, this is all about greed. This is all about, being sneaky. And again, don't go for it. So there's my thoughts. And if you want to learn more about the Helium Network, just go to helium.com or just leave a message in the comments. I've just started investigating it myself. I got some miners on the way. Very excited about that. But there's so much, to learn about it, as well as other mining that's just for various services, so there's plenty of information out there on having a residual income through that pays you in cryptocurrencies for providing services such as this or CPU usage. So yeah, it's not just Bitcoin out there. Lots of good stuff. But anyway, if you like these thoughts, please subscribe. Please leave a comment on your thoughts. Leave a like for the video. And I hope to see you soon. Peace out.